Hey guys, so I wanted to do a little tutorial for you guys, Valentine's Day inspired. Here's the look. It's a little smoky, a little sexy, but also very wearable. I'm showing you guys how I like to use the status sticks, Desert Island Duos, the lip liners, definers, and of course our gloss. So I go step by step on everything, all the way from foundation to the final kind of like ending product, which in this case was the gloss. I hope you guys like it. Let's go. Okay, let's go ahead and start. We're gonna do a little Valentine's Day tutorial, date night inspired, kind of sexy, a little smoky, but also very wearable, very easy. I just realized I don't have any of my rings on. We'll have to remedy that at the end. I'm gonna go in with our status stick in rose gold. I have no self-tanner on my face, so this is my natural, fair, lighter, paler for me state right now. So I'm gonna go in. I like to just run a status stick all, if you see me looking right here, I have a mirror. Here, down my nose, and then I take my little brush or your fingers, whatever you have, and I just blend it a little bit. Now, I just kind of try to get it around everywhere so you get this nice glow. Sometimes I just use my finger. That's the beauty of pretty much all of the DIBS products. There's no wrong way to do it. You can't mess it up. Fingers, brushes, whatever you want, depending on what you have. I love this because I don't want to fully blend it in. I don't want to blend it away. I just want this to give me a really nice glow under my foundation. I've said this before in my everyday makeup tutorials, but I love a like glow from within underneath look, and I find that the status stick really helps to achieve that. And then I'm gonna go in with my foundation, keeping this like not crazy coverage. This one's very medium but buildable. And taking my damp sponge and pressing it in. And hopefully you guys can see on camera, but it just gives you a really nice glow. And obviously I'm gonna add bronzer and some dimension to the skin as well. And then I love to go back in with the status stick on top and add like a little status stick sandwich, we'll call it. I feel like this step is really important with your lips so that you can get all the way around your nose. It kind of like gently pulls the skin down there. I feel like I always see people where the foundation gets kind of caught right there. I like to, especially for a bit more of like a glam date night look, run the concealer down the side of the nose. Always pull it up here. This makes a huge difference. And just the whole face looking nice and lifted. And I do the same thing with my Desert Island Duo bronzers too, which I'll show you guys in a minute. I take my same beauty blender. This thing puts in work. I feel like I'm always using these. Again, really make sure that you get in the little like crevice of the nose and on the eyelid. And this is gonna kind of act as a base for my eyeshadow. I can't remember the last time I used like a proper eyeshadow primer. Maybe I'll get back into that, but for me the concealer just works really well for every day. Okay, so I might add a little bit more at the end for some brightness, but right now I'm gonna leave it and I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my shade 5 bronzer. This is in Wing Woman. This is my everyday bronzer shade. Right now I love it because it's slightly cooler toned than I would say like shade 4, which I love in the summer because it has a really nice warm undertone. And a lot of people like to brush it on like this. I like to do that with the blush, but honestly for the bronzer, I just go straight in and I find this works really well for me. And then a little tip or something I've been doing lately, take a little like paper towel, tissue, whatever you have, wipe the lips off, put this around the lips. It's gonna act as a really nice base, kind of pre-contour, I'll say, for when we do the definer on the lips. And then to sculpt my nose, I like to go right out of this. Everyone's nose shape is really different, but this is what I find works really well for me. And then I take this right into the brow, kind of crease of the eye, and this looks so crazy, but trust me, it blends out so well and it's gonna look amazing in the end. This is the other key. I really elongate here, and you guys are gonna see how well this blends out, and it's crazy. So if you aren't someone who likes to take it straight out of the tube, just out of the stick, do it right on your little blender. And then this one I just kind of feather up. And again, this is gonna act as a nice base for a shadow. Even if you are more fair than me, shade 5 for a contour is so good. And then if you're very fair, on the more fair side, shade 3 is a really good contour. Look how natural this just kind of like goes into the eye and makes a really big difference. And if you're on the go, again, you can also use these with your fingers, but I really like to use it with the brush. This just kind of creates this slimming effect here at the top of the nose, and then you'll see at the bottom as well. And I usually take something a little smaller for the bottom. Sometimes I just use my finger for this part, honestly. Blend her in, and we are ready to go. Now you can take your damp beauty blender, and if you want to just kind of press it all in to mix it in with the foundation, the concealer, and everything, I feel like that's how you get a really nice, more natural look, although we're not really going for overly natural today. So now I am going to blush, and the blush I'm going to use is actually the shade 6 blush. This is so pretty. This is in Plot Twist, and I'll show you guys if you want like a contour. Obviously this is meant for much deeper skin tones, but if you want to really contour with this and add a little extra dimension, it's a very nice shade too. I'll show you that. So this is shade 6, but this looks so stunning on deeper skin tones. And then again, instead of like swiping and dragging, I really try to like press it into the skin. That will deepen it up a little bit if you want to be even more sculpted. Whereas these are actually meant to be bronzers, but I'm kind of showing you guys also how you can use them to contour. I would say best contours would be 3, 5, and 6, depending on your skin. And then I'm gonna go in with Plot Twist. This guy right here, such a beautiful, like vibrant fuchsia almost. And you do not need much of this. A little bit goes a long way. Again, this on deeper skin tone is, I mean, everything. So press this in to the skin. I like to really build it up because I find that you can add, but you can't take away. So just gonna kind of build it up slowly. That's the amazing thing about the formula of these blushes is they're very buildable. So you can take like a shade 5, which is like this stunning, like really kind of like poppy, reddish, bright coral color with a little orange undertone to it. And you can just use a little bit and it just goes with a red lip so well. It's never gonna come out like red, if you know what I mean. Now I'm gonna set my under eye. So I actually like to wait until all the cream products are on, so I feel like it helps blend everything kind of together. I've been setting with the Charlotte in the medium, which I think actually blends it nicely down here. And then since I'm doing a bit of a smokier eye, I like to take a loose powder, and I'm gonna put a decent amount of that here, and I'm just gonna brush it off at the end. So don't worry about looking crazy. This is just kind of meant to go here, and then if I get any fallout, which I'm gonna try to minimize, but in case it goes down there, then we can just brush it on away. So I'm just gonna leave that like there, kind of baking, but more so just to sweep it all the way at the end. So this is a look I have been obsessed with lately. I'm gonna take this little palette here. I'm gonna tap into probably this just like medium kind of brown tone. I like to add some warmth into the crease with whatever shadow you're using. And then we're gonna go for like a kind of gray taupe smoky eye. Really, really pretty. I feel like it makes your eye color stand out a lot. So now I'm gonna go in with a wing liner. So I'm actually gonna end up smoking this out and make it kind of like sexy in this gray taupe color that I was talking about. But first I'm gonna start lining with just a liquid. I feel like this creates a really nice sort of like roadmap for where you wanna go, I guess. This really makes brown eyes stand out when you smoke it out to that gray, but I feel like it would also really accentuate, honestly, any color eye. If you do have a blue eye, you can also do kind of like a taupier crease color and then make this wing a smokier warm brown. Okay, so this is just gonna show us where we are going to put the powder eyeshadow, essentially. And now I'm going to take a little brush like this. I'm gonna take this kind of smoky, these two, brown taupe gray colors. I'm gonna take a setting spray, spray this little like definer brush with that. And I'm gonna go into this taupe gray, and I have a Starbucks card, so that's what we're gonna use, but you can use whatever you have. And I just like to take it and I press the shadow over. So we're really gonna start to make a smokier shadow shape. I find that this leaves a really clean line instead of doing it like this and then trying to like wipe it and clean it later. Some people do their eyes first and then their face. I'm just always a fan of face, I don't know why. But I just like to do it that way personally. But this allows the line to be very clear and clean. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. And I want it to just really kind of be like smoky and not perfect, but still have the kind of crisp look that you get from using something like this on the outside. I'm also going to take a little bit of my status stick in rose gold, and I'm gonna pop it on just the center. This will add like a little bit of warmth. And I'm gonna put a hair of like glitter shimmer on top of this too. But I love how this looks because it's kind of like a skin tone shade almost. Beautiful tan. So I pop the rose golds into the center like that. And then I'm gonna take a little eye topper and just give that a press right there. Feels a little festive. I'm gonna take this little eyeliner and jumbo pen, and I'm going to draw it right on the inside of my eye like this. Just to add some brightness to the inner corner. And I'm also going to add a little bit of highlight to the nose like this. Cool. And now I'm going to take this kind of flat brush and just blend it in. Just gives a nice little highlight. But I kind of like that it's matte because we did the shimmer here, so the focus is really kind of on the ball center of the eye. Now I am going to take a little bit of brow gel, brush these babies up. I feel like the brows frame the face so much, so making sure that they are at attention is major key. I kind of lift and then press the brow flat like that with the spoolie. I feel like if I use my hand or something else to press, it just gets too flat, and I still want the brows to feel very 3D and have dimension while staying in place all day. I'm gonna lay them down flat. This one is like a cowlick, and no matter what I do, it just wants to go like every time. Okay, so I'm going to take a little small fluffy brush and wipe away this powder underneath my eye now. And voila, super clean, no fallout, nothing stuck underneath. And I really find that tip helps a lot. And then any little powder I have on my brush, I'll just kind of feather around wherever I want it. So now I'm gonna go back in with my rose gold highlighter. Just like one swatch of this stuff is insane. It's the prettiest color. I like to take this on my finger now and tap it right on the high point of my face like that. Now, since I already have makeup on underneath this, I love to tap it on, whereas when it's going underneath my foundation, I just draw her on with really no rhyme or reason. And then same thing here. Just gonna add that glow back into the skin because my skin is now set. So there we go. I'm gonna take the definer brush that I already had, but I'm just gonna kind of wipe it off. And I'm gonna go in now with this color that I started with, which is like this nice medium color, and then a hair of this darker brown, And I'm going to press, because again, I don't want fallout, and kind of make the two, the outside of my eye underneath meet the top right there as well. And so it's super cohesive and really just has this fanning out look. And then you have the nice light rose golds and shimmer in the center. Now we're gonna do some mascara and lips. I have actually been ditching the mascara primer for like 2 weeks now and kind of into it for some reason. I'm gonna first set. You can see the mist like flying everywhere. Okay, gonna go in with some mascara. Okay, I just got it a little dot right here. I'm gonna show you guys what to do at the end if you do happen to get mascara on your eyelid. I feel like that's a super common makeup little issue and mistake people have, or not mistake, but you know, thing to deal with during your makeup. Okay, so if you do get any mascara above your eye, I feel like it happens to all of us, you just take a little spoolie and it will dust right away. Hopefully you guys can see that. So if you have powder or something down, don't worry, it'll dust right away. And I'm gonna go back in with the kind of warmer brown shade and just add some more because I wanna add a little bit more depth to this look in the eye. Kind of crease area. And I like to take, when it's a medium brown, it's not too crazy warm, kind of down. I take it all the way here and I almost meet it to the middle, kind of like bridge of my nose, because I feel like that actually really helps the nose contour look a little bit more seamless. Now I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush and I'm going to go into this color, which is this really pretty kind of warmer, almost reddish brown. And I'm just going to press this into the outer corner of my eye like that. This is really just to place it down, and then I'm going to take that same blending brush and feather it in, but I just wanted to add a little more depth and dimension there. And then I take this. A tip for blending out your crease is kind of hold your brush up high, and I feel like it feathers it in nicely. And then I always take it and drag it out to the side to continue to have that like nice elongated look to the eye. I'm gonna add a little bit more blush just because I feel like I was light-handed in the beginning, just trying to make sure everything blended out nicely, and now I wanna add a little more. I love the kind of romantic vibe that the fuchsia pink has. I think it's so pretty. Perfect, okay, now I'm gonna go in and do lips. Y'all already know, obviously I'm using my DIBS lip liners and definers. So, what do we think? Okay, I think that what I wanna do is medium in the definer, and then on the rose, which is shade 1 for the lip liners. This is such a nice combo, but I've also been very obsessed with shade 3 in the liners lately. It's just such a nice shade. And shade 2 in the lip liners, or definers, liners. All of them are honestly amazing. So we're gonna go in with medium in the definer. Just add a little bit of that shadow to the lips. This honestly is a game changer step in your routine. I feel like it makes the biggest difference. I always see people contouring their lips and doing all those kind of things, and that's why we created this, so you could do it right with a lip pencil, which is amazing. And these do not budge. So right when you put it on, if you want to kind of like feather it in, you can, and after that it's gonna stay locked and loaded for hours and hours and hours. So they're very long wearing. I'm going to put it right under here too. And then follow the sides down. Such a beautiful shade. It looks like that. It's so nice, so creamy. They're weirdly hydrating for being as long lasting and long wearing as they are. It's honestly the most perfect formula, if I don't say so myself. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with On the Rose liner and These are also meant to line and fill, so you can essentially use this like a lipstick and just fill it right in. And again, it's really hydrating. It won't dry your lips out at all, but it is going to last forever. I also like to do this, and then it kind of will quickly transfer, and then it stays. Like I said, you really only have a couple seconds, and then she's locked and loaded. Love the combo of this blush with this lip. And now I'm gonna go in with the topper, I think, but the other little trick I wanna show you guys first is if you take a little bit of concealer, the tiniest bit, like that's even too much, and press it right into the center, you're gonna create this really pretty ombre lip look. I'm just gonna tap it out. So press a little bit of that concealer into the center, tap it out. Whatever shade you have will work really well with your face. It just adds a little bit of extra dimension, but I love that trick. And then I'm gonna go in with our pink gloss. These smell amazing. They feel amazing. They're not sticky. That's probably the #1 question I get asked. Are they sticky? And they're not sticky at all. But they have these like insanely gorgeous, I'm trying not to swatch over another swatch. Like slight little shimmer in them, but it's super fine. And it's just really flattering on the lips. Okay, that is the final look. That's it for my date night look. Hopefully you guys liked it and found it helpful. Try to come in for the real thing. Look how glowy. You guys, I'm telling you, obviously the best of the best. Only for you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.